I have an old friend who is a great university president. He used to say with a smirk, colleges move with surprising speed. They're way slower than you think. Of course, we all know that among the most conserving institutions in the country are colleges and universities, notorious for being unwelcome to rapid change and even resistant to changes the rest of society may have thought were obvious and easy to embrace. In fact, recently one of the real critics of our industry said, I think accurately, that the fastest moving component of higher education is tuition. Everything else moves slowly. Well, those are fair criticisms, I think, particularly given the whole broad spectrum of higher education institutions from Ivy League to online for-profit colleges. What about Valencia? What about community colleges in general, Valencia in particular? Well, we've discovered two or three things that we thought were very helpful to us. One is that deep in the culture of higher education is a habit that undoes so much of our work. It's the habit of advocacy. It's become the default setting for almost every meeting that we hold inside the academy. We discovered that doesn't work very well, and that if we're going to move the work forward and really innovate from the classroom on up, what we needed was a different spirit and a different habit. We call it the spirit of inquiry. If we can practice inquiry at the beginning of a conversation instead of advocacy, that we can find common ground and go somewhere that matters together. And that spirit of inquiry is best embodied in a principle that we just call collaboration matters. If you really want to achieve dramatic change in the culture of your organization and the practices that flow out of that culture, not just the big projects, but the millions of little decisions that get made every day outside of the view of the management, then you've got to work in culture. And culture changes through collaboration largely. Collaboration is not the same as buy-in. Collaboration is different. So we adopted collaboration as a deep principle, which means there's a lot of conversation on the front end of our work before we implement solutions. And we say this to one another: collaboration is a design discipline, meaning where collaboration really helps you is on the front end of the work, where you're understanding a problem or a challenge, formulating your theories about its solution, developing strategies that are based on that theory, and going out to implement them first at pilot and then later at scale. And to do that, collaboration has to create an environment where people really believe in the solution. It's not just trusting the source of the solution, that's buy-in, but it's knowing I was there when this thing was designed and I know what it's supposed to do and I believe it'll work. It creates trust, it creates mutuality, it puts more people at the table who have expert knowledge, and that means you get better decisions.